Man, dude. So I'm interviewing Caleb Wood. He's a legend in Surprise. I heard even before, since I was like probably like 8 years old, I heard wonderful things about him. Just like he won the pitch hit and run. Can you tell us about that? You won it nationally, right?
Yeah, went started in the city, and then went to the state, and then went nationally, and got to go to the All-Star game in 2004 and compete in a competition with a few other guys, and yeah, it was an honor. Yeah,
Dude, that's amazing, bro. That's amazing, man. I remember hearing about you. I didn't get past the first one. It was kind of hard because like I could throw strikes, but like with that like little thing without a catcher, bro, it messed me up, bro. But I'm glad you made it so far, bro. That was crazy. I heard, and then I just knew you were going far with it. Like baseball, you were just a legend. Like I just heard my brother talking about you, my family, and you were just like. So can you tell me just about your experience, just starting from young to like what your experience was playing baseball, bro?
Yeah, pretty much. Baseball was my first love, and I played it pretty well. I played for the Young Guns, and there's a player for the Diamondbacks, Josh Rojas. He's the second baseman, third baseman, outfielder, but he got called up to the bigs a few years ago, and it's been fun watching him. But from my baseball career, I played baseball at Valley Vista High School, and then got a full ride scholarship, academically and baseball, to play at Gonzaga University, and I started as a freshman there, did very well. It became very pressing on me because I wasn't used to all the long days with school and weightlifting in the morning and practice or a game, and it wore on me over a couple years, and I actually didn't get to finish at Gonzaga University because of my mental health issues in 2016, and what is that, 6 years ago, 7 years ago now, 7 years ago, just about. Wow, it's crazy how it flies. But yeah, my mental health started in 2016, and I was diagnosed as bipolar and didn't get to finish college and didn't get to play professional baseball like I dreamed of doing when I was young. So at first I saw the mental health as a road bump in the road, but then I realized God had a plan for it in the long run. So hopefully we could dive into that today. But baseball was fun, man. But it was tough. Always just being known as the baseball guy. That's what people knew me as. They didn't really know me as for my faith in Jesus or anything. I guess I wasn't displaying that as well as I should have. But baseball took me a lot of places. I've met a lot of good people, but in the end, Jesus is my faith is the only thing that's really been strong and sturdy and hasn't collapsed. So,
Dude, amazing, bro. Yeah, dude, I love that, and I feel you on that with like your identity. Just everybody thinking you as the baseball guy. Like you have a lot more to offer, right, than just like the baseball guy. Like yeah. So
you would think. I would hope.
Yeah.
Playing a sport it's like being like a professional billiards player. Like everyone just like, man, you can shoot that pool stick in those pool balls. Like, man, I can just hit a ball with a stick and catch it with a glove. Yeah, it's cool and all, but like, it's not what life is about. Really, truly. So
yeah. So I'm curious, bro. I mean, since you dove into the whole story, bro. I'm curious, how long were you like upset about that dream not happening? Like, and just can you walk me through that? Cause, I know this guy, Ed Milet, he stopped playing like college baseball. He knew he wasn't, like good enough or whatever. And he just had an injury and stuff. And then he like sat on the couch for like 6 months, just like dwelling, like, cause he didn't hit his dream, but now he's like a billionaire and he's just like helping people succeed, and just he's a Christian as well, and just but tell me about your first dream, how crushing that was, because I feel like a lot of people listening, like they're on their first dream, they're pursuing their first dream, and whether it works out or not, but Yeah, can you just walk me through how crushing that was to, like, you know, just that when you stopped playing?
Yeah, well, I think about it like this.
You hold it.
I'm a math guy, so if I had started the dream at 7 and it ended at 22, that's 15 years of a dream being created and developed and trying to move on with it. It's going to take a lot longer it's going to take that much time to get over it, I think, in my opinion, because I'm still not over the fact that I don't get to play professional baseball, but I see the other sides of it, the media side and the money side of how it can really change a person. You know, I don't want to be changed into the, you know, the more worldly type of being. I want to stay, you know, righteous. So I guess I'd have to say I'm not over my dream being pretty much wiped out from underneath my feet. But it's I know it's not over. You know what I mean? Because God puts new dreams on our heart. So, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, thank you for being honest, bro, because, dude, I appreciate your honesty. You've always been like, I mean, we reconnected, and I appreciate your honesty, bro. I really do. And so, can you tell me about, like, just your mental health journey, bro? More so about that?
Yeah, definitely. So like I said, it started in 2016 when I was 22. I had my first psychotic break, went into a mental health episode, and it was very religious. I do remember speaking the word of God to others, going into like Safeway and praying for people in the middle of the store.
Wow.
And yeah, that was really traumatizing, because I was up in Spokane, Washington when it happened. I was 1,600 miles away from family, and my mom had to get called from Arizona to fly up there and pretty much save me when I was put in a mental triage up there with handcuffs, and it was just very scary, and cops laughing at me. Yeah, it was just bad. So that was my first mental health episode when I was in college, and that pretty much started everything. I came home after that, got engaged to my ex-fiance, and she was my high school sweetheart, and ended up having some more health issues as they were trying to get me on the right medications, which was one of the toughest part of my mental health journey, was getting on the right medication for me. And I think I was on like 7 different medications in 7 months, and I was just feeling like heck. You know, I couldn't function. And I remember breaking down in front of Katie, my ex-fiance, and my mom in front of the doctor, and I was like, this medicine isn't working. Like, give me something that's gonna help me. And I broke down in front of them, and not too long after that, I went into another episode. Got physical with her, and I wasn't in my right mind at all. Wasn't on any medications at that time. I threw them all away, and ended up back in the mental hospital for a second time, and 5 more times after that in the next 5-6 years. But I think what was the best thing that could have ever happened to me was going into the mental hospital and seeing those other people that were in there, and getting an opportunity to share the word of God with them when you're in a tight space, you know. So my mental health journey is still being written. You know, it's still in the works. Not saying I need to make another trip back to the mental hospital, because I think I've learned my lesson there. I'm staying on my medication. I'm not hating the medication anymore. I believe it's going to work, and I think if with the right mindset, anything like that can be accomplished. You know what I mean? Like, because I was so against medication. I was so just, oh, God didn't put medication on this earth. Like, there's just a bunch of chemicals in it, and it's gonna kill me someday. Just all these crazy thoughts that came into my mind. But truly, the medication is what keeps me stable, and allows me to go to work every day and be a good son right now to my family and my parents' home. So I'm just hoping that someday it can lead to more great things that God can open in the door to, you know? So whether that's for me, a wife, a great job, I got a couple misdemeanors that's going to put me back. But right now, I'm just focusing on my mental health and getting back to 100%, 120%, because if I'm feeling good, then I'm unstoppable. You know what I mean? Like nothing can get in my way, and that's the mindset that I have. I have a champion's mindset. I've created that in baseball, bro. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yes, that's a little bit of my mental journey.
Appreciate you sharing, bro.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's amazing, bro. What would you say that what would you say to young people like pursuing their dream? Like there's a lot of young people that are, you know, pursuing, well, yeah, there's a lot of people you know, listening probably that are young, trying to either pursue a dream or just going to college and dealing with mental health issues, but probably maybe not on the extreme level that you dealt with them. But what would you say on any advice to young people just on dealing with like depression or mental health issues? Like,
yeah, I would say first and foremost, listen to your doctor. Like if your doctor's telling you to try something, just try it, and if it doesn't work out, you can always stop it. But one of the most important things is to listen to what other people are telling you throughout. Say you're having a little manic or a little depressed or something. Say you're having an off day and someone points that out to you, like, hey, what's wrong? Or hey, what's going on? Or hey, you want to talk about it? Don't just be in a closed book. Like, open up and talk about it, because the more you let that stuff into the air, the more it gets out of your system, and they can either help you or just listen. And that's been one of the things that's helped me most, is just having a good support system. And I think that's what's most important in mental health, is to have support, because if you don't, you'll end up on the streets. I have a sister on the streets right now who's schizophrenic, and she's not doing too hot on the streets and wants to get help finally, but it's taken her 2 years. So all I'm saying is if you're going through any depression or someone's saying the word manic and you don't know what that means, look it up and start getting on the help you need early, because if you don't, you can continue going back into the mental hospitals, and trust me, you don't want to be there.
yeah, no. You don't want to be there. It's pretty crazy in there.
Sitting out here in this backyard is great.
Yeah,
This is nice.
you feel like you're in a prison, right? When you're in a mental
It's
hospital.
worse than a prison, bro, because everyone in there is going crazy because they don't want to be in there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. But man, glad we can connect about that. Yeah, oh man. But yeah, so what would you say as far as people pursuing a sport right now and just want to get better at a sport? Like I know, yeah, what would you say to people that are just playing a sport right now or getting into lifting, or what's the key to your success? Because you got a full ride to Gonzaga University. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, and you were one of the best on the team, right? And I mean,
I don't really rank,
yeah,
rank people, but
yeah.
I was a very good player, and there were other very good players. But if I had to say one thing to someone who is currently playing a sport or wanting to play a sport, don't take it for just the book cover. You know what I mean? Don't read the cover of the book and stop because you think it's going to be too difficult or you aren't capable of doing something. Never give up before you even try it. So I would just have to say that whatever you have dream-wise, do it full-heartedly, and know that whatever you do, it's also linked back to Christ. So he brings things to completion, and so don't give up, because Christ doesn't give up.
Amen. Never give up. That's something my mentors have told me over and over. Like, the one thing they say is whether you're stuck in like sexual sin or mental health, or just don't give up. That's the only thing. Like, keep going back to Jesus. So I agree 100%, man. And so what do you what would you say, how has sports helped you in life? How has baseball helped you in life? How are there connections to baseball and life, and how does that work?
You know, it kind of goes back to what I just said about if you want to play a sport, but one quote that I really like from baseball is don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And that can go for anything in life, you know what I mean? Like whether that's going into a relationship or having a difficult conversation with somebody, don't let the fear of it going bad keep you from not doing it at all, you know? So, and that can go for mental health as well. So I think that baseball taught me not only how to do life, but it taught me how to get through some of the rough parts on top. You know what I mean? On the winning side, you know, instead of being left in defeat. So yeah.
For sure, bro. Appreciate that. And so okay, I'm curious about this, bro. Who made you feel like special, like when you were growing up, like who made you feel like, oh, I can make it, like, and that you could make it that far in baseball? Like how did you, because a lot of kids, like, I feel like this, I was listening to this podcast, Ed Milet again, and he was talking about how this is like the most people in this generation don't ever feel seen. They don't even feel special. And so kind of, can you talk about who made you feel special, or how that, you know, got you through your whole journey in life? Because does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably have to go with my family. You know, my mom it was mainly the one to congratulate me and always motivate me and always keep me going. My dad put strong insight and wisdom into me that helped me get through as well. But my number one supporter would probably have to be my grandmother. She really did a lot for me and prayed for me. Never stopped praying. You know what I mean? I'm not even talking just for my baseball, all that to go well, just all the stuff that has negatively happened to me over the last 6 years. And watching those prayers be answered, that my grandmother was praying, and now me and my grandmother get to talk every morning because I dedicate time to her every morning. So I'd probably say my grandmother, and it's always been my family. You know, my family's always been by my side no matter what. I've had friends that were really close and have left me, you know what I mean? So my family's by my side no matter what, through thick and thin. And I'm just very thankful. Very thankful.
Dude, that's a great mindset. Gratitude is so key, bro. That's so good. And so for people watching that kind of find their identity in their sport or their work or whatever they do, or their college or what they're studying, like how would you say you get out of that? Just
get out of
just keep having your identity and wrapped up in like what you do. Because I mean, you were that, like, having, you know, everybody look up to you, like with the baseball guy, and then like turning that into being more of like following Jesus and stuff. So I'm just curious on how to switch your identity from being wrapped up in like what you do versus following Jesus.
Well, you know, man, it never really changes. You know, I'll always be a baseball guy. Like no matter what, like no matter how hard I try to change to anything else, I'll always be a baseball guy. It's destined. You know what I mean? So if anyone's listening, don't worry about what your label is, because this world puts a lot of labels on us. But remember that Jesus put the ultimate label on us, and we are children of God. And that's the label I go with as well. I'm a baseball playing child of God that likes country music. So, yeah. But I don't think that labels really should have that effect. that they do. You know what I mean? They're just words. It's just a word. You can just wipe it off.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're really that concerned about it, to create a new identity, just start doing new things. But I would say that I'm always going to be a baseball guy, and I'm proud of it.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Love that, man. And what kind of country music you like, bro?
Oh man, I like the classics, like a little Zach Brown band, or like Tim McGraw, some of the old ones, and I don't know. I'm really a wide genre type of guy, but nowadays I just listen to a little bit of classical music to calm down, because work is stressful some days. So, yeah.
For sure. And so what are you most proud of in your life? What accomplishment, or what are you most proud of in your life?
I don't know, man. There's a few things that come to mind, but it would probably be playing piano in front of 1,400 people and not missing a note. Yep, that's it.
Wow, dude, that's crazy, man. I didn't know you did that. Oh, my mom was telling me about that you played piano, I think, and she was gonna ask you about that. That's crazy, bro. 1,400 people.
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was a duet, actually. It was a duet. So
crazy, man. Well, last question, man. What's the impact you want to leave on the world, bro?
You know, I want to be not only light in my city, but hope to whoever I come in contact with, whether it's an up-and-coming baseball player, or it's somebody at church, or somebody in the grocery store. I want to just be that friendly, kind person that's willing to offer an ear to listen and to always encourage. And yeah, I just I see a lot of great things that can come in the future, and I'm more than willing to be a lending hand where needed. So, yeah.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, and you've made an impact on my life. I want to acknowledge you before you go. You've made an impact on my life, and I mean, not only in baseball, where just looking up to you in baseball, a ton. Like I just always heard about Caleb Wood. I seriously heard that a lot, and you were just like a legend in baseball. I mean, you still are. But. No, yeah, I
just co-ed softball.
No, but and now I really connect with you on mental health. I really appreciated you being honest about your mental health journey, because there's a certain amount of people that have been to mental hospitals and stuff, and I just appreciate you just being honest with me about your mental health journey. And I appreciate your kindness to me, just always having a smile. And I love your smile, bro. It makes me smile. And, bro, so I just want to appreciate you for just being honest. I think that's a huge impact that you made on my life. We get to talk about everything now that we've talked about the toughest things, like mental health stuff and like all that. So now we can just connect on every deep level, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And yeah, and I appreciate you just like I said, just being welcoming. And yeah, so I appreciate you coming on this podcast, bro. You have anything else to say? Any words of wisdom? Or
don't drink and drive.
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you, man.